Hello everyone, jblader here, back again for another video on the channel. Thank you guys so much for your positive support on the last video in which I talked about an item sorter, and as you can see we're standing inside of another one. You know why? Because I constantly am thinking about this game and about item sorting in this game. Item management is a huge part of it, and so when I play survival I definitely think about ways to make things more efficient. I've had a great response on that last video, but I wanted to make a follow-up video, and I think it is time with 1.14 around the corner. You can see I'm playing on a snapshot. They're a little buggy, but with 1.14 right around the corner, it is time to release something that's going to hopefully work in 1.14 and onwards, so let's get started. First of all, this video is going to be a very talky video. I usually do things very scripted, very organized, very fast and to the point. This video is not going to be like that. If you don't like it, then I'm going to have a tutorial talking about everything I talk here in a very condensed version up soon. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy. So, to begin, let me talk a little bit about the last video. The last video I made was on the sorting system that was in the shape of like a cross. I had really great reception with that, a lot of comments, people asking questions, which I'm glad to answer. A lot of the answers I don't know, like does this work in 1.14? To my knowledge, yes, but the snowball in the sorting system that allowed you to only have one of each item to sort it, to my knowledge, no longer works. You now need 45 of the item, which is one of the giant inefficiencies with it. The second question I get is, does it work in Bedrock? Does it work in console? I don't know. I play Java Edition, I play PC. I'm not sure if it works in those, but I want to create something that hopefully has the same physics and the same redstone techniques so that it can work in those things. That would be really great. So if you build this in Bedrock or if you build this in console, let me know if it works for you. I'm pretty sure people that built the last one in console said that it worked with no problems, so that's really nice. 1.14 adds a lot of blocks to the game. 1.13 added a lot of blocks to the game. With all these new blocks and new items, sorting has to change. It's time to think about the efficiencies. So what I did was I took that 1.13 world. I played on a single player 1.13 world for a long time. If you've been watching here on the channel for a few years, you know I am really into sorting systems. I build a lot of them. I've built 5 or 6 automated sorting systems, and then my favorite one I decided to do the tutorial on. But I think it's time to come up with something that's a little bit more efficient than that one. There are some cons to it. There are a lot of pros, but a con is it's very expensive, as you guys know, and it's really hard to make a sorting system that sorts every item in the game with it being cheap. I'm just being honest. If there is one out there that does that, then there are usually a lot of problems, like it is really not user-friendly, like there's an aspect to it that I really don't like, or it's just really tricky to build. The redstone isn't intuitive for me, like I have to follow a tutorial really close, and if you mess up one block it just completely screws up everything. I don't know, there's usually a problem like that, and I try to keep it more intuitive. So I've also looked at the way that I decided to divvy up items. One of my big takeaways from that video that I made in the past was that I linked an Imgur link to an example of how I divvied up items and why I did that. And basically I said, hey, these are the however many, I think it's 120. These are like the 120 items and blocks that you'll need to sort in an average world. The problem with that is that no two blocks are going to be the same value in the sense that you're going to have the same amount of them. For example, polished, andesite, and cobblestone, you are going to use in different amounts. You're going to have a lot more cobblestone than polished andesite in a standard world, unless you just go out and you just farm andesite. And even then, the amount of cobblestone you get building farms, guardian farms, slime farms, big underground projects, you're just going to have a lot more cobblestone and stone. So I looked at items in these worlds that I played on, in a 1.13 world, in a 1.14 world, and I basically counted up the total blocks and averaged it, and I figured out what blocks are automatically farmable, I used a lot of, and I needed a lot of storage for, and what blocks did I not need at all, I didn't touch. I didn't need to have it sorted because I was using them in specific projects, which means they weren't just going into my general inventory all the time. And I compiled all this information into a doc, and then I was able to take this information when choosing the new way that I wanted to sort the items. So let's talk a little bit about that. Firstly, I decided that there are a few ways to categorize items. The first way is mass. You will need a mass ton of storage like storage silos really, like 7 to 8 chests to sort these items correctly, or like 5 to 6 shulker boxes to really effectively sort these items. You go out, you collect them in bulk, you collect them even slowly, just working on minor projects around your world, or they just farm in the background. Here are an example of a few of them, like slime, the fish with fishing farms. You're going to have a ton of fish most of the time, usually more than 2 double chests. These blocks, the nether rack, if you have a guardian farm, you're going to have a lot of these, like I did. The dirt blocks, cobblestone blocks. And then the next tier is going to be the medium tier. In my world, I never had more than 2 double chests of these items. The red nether brick, grass blocks, the wood blocks, ice, quartz, stuff like that. I never really had more than 2 double chests. And what's great is that this design that I've created is modular, so if you come along and you see that you do have 5 or 6 chests of these, you can move the rest of them into shulker shells automatically and save the system from breaking, which is kind of nice. The next tier is the 1 chest tier. I almost never use these, and when I do, it is it is not very common that I have more than a stack of these. So a chest is plenty, a double chest. The wood blocks, obsidian, snow, the purple blocks, smooth sandstone, chiseled, the stone brick variants, chiseled stone brick and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's kind of how I divvied up those block choices. Now, for the items, like the redstone items, the dyes, the food items, the mob drops, and the stained blocks, I simply decided that they don't need to be sorted. The reason why is, like for my last design, you needed 45 of them to sort, and you would spend more time collecting 45 of each one of these blocks than you would spend manually sorting them. So I decided that the best way to sort blocks like this is to color code it in a shulker shell sorting system, and Nembomb actually has a great design that works perfectly for this. I haven't built it in this world, but I'll go ahead and show it now on the screen. He even has a world download, and in the tutorial I will build it and show you how to build it and show you how to combine the mass storage and the moderate storage and the small storage onto this design, so that once these things go through and they don't get picked up in the rest of the system, they'll automatically go into the shulker boxes of your choosing, which is pretty nice. And then for some of the valuable blocks, I find I just keep them in shulker boxes in my ender chest all the time. Like the redstone, I usually have a redstone backpack, I usually have an enchanting backpack, I usually have an iron backpack, etc. So these are the shulker boxes that I'm just going to be picking up, putting in my ender chest, carrying with me all the time. So you don't really need to sort these items either. I very rarely would put like an iron block into my sorting system because I had a special place for all of my valuables. So after analyzing these items and how I wanted to sort them, I went to work setting up a new system. So let's go ahead and start talking about the system. It is color coded for your convenience here. This is not a tutorial. I'm going to have a tutorial. I'm just talking to you guys. Maybe you have an idea. Maybe this is inspiring to you, or you get an idea of a way that you can improve it. Let me know. And if you're enjoying so far, make sure you subscribe because, like I said, going to be having a tutorial, going to be uploading more. This gray is the mass storage, and as you can see here, you have shulker boxes on the bottom. All you got to do is take a hopper, plug it in there, and now if this one is cobblestone, this one will fill up, and if it's getting full on the way up, or you just want to take a box of cobblestone with you, you just pick it up, take it with you. You can put back an empty one later. So yeah, kind of a nice feature, I think. This is your mass storage. You got 7 or 8 here. I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7 here. So those are your 27 mass storage items. And of course, this is modular. This is expandable. If you wanted to make another one of these here, go for it. Make as many as you want in this direction. Then you have a little water turnaround, and it drops down to your moderate storage. The purple is the moderate storage. So it'll go around like this. And I'll explain the redstone in a moment. And then once it gets around here, it'll go into a water elevator. So this is going to be a water elevator once the redstone is in place. I haven't done all of it for this, but yeah, it'll go around here. And then this is the minor storage area, or the one double chest storage. So it'll go around here, and then anything that doesn't go into that will go into the automatic shulker storage system, or you can replace these with chests if you want, but most people do shulkers because you can pick them up and take them with you. So basically, this is where Nembomb's design would come into play. You attach Nembomb's design onto this. One thing I really like about the design is that it basically automatically sorts whatever items you put in it However, you can't leave empty spaces or they get filled up. But what's actually good about it here is that the empty spaces don't really matter because they're not going to get cluttered with all of your crucial blocks. They might get cluttered with saplings or minor blocks, but you're not going to get a mass amount of, like, let's say cobblestone in your redstone chest, just because all that stuff is going to be caught earlier. So that's kind of nice. And so the items will fall into this system and be built here, and then you still have some space both in the floor and on this side for extra items. Any item that doesn't go in the system will be split out over here, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Items like that might be enchanted items, bows, swords, etc. So that is the basic of the system. Input over here gets spit out up here, goes around the system, mass, and then it goes to moderate, and then it goes to minor, and then it goes to all the dyed blocks and other items that just aren't in the system whatsoever, but they'll still be sorted in an organized manner. Well guys, my voice is getting tired because yeah, I've been trying to record this video for a while, but thank you guys so much for watching. I know this isn't the scripted, highly edited video that I usually do here on the channel, but I hope you've enjoyed. I've been uploading Minecraft content now for 5 years, and I plan to keep uploading stuff in the future. I'm going to be having some more free time here in the future, so I want to play more 1.14 and keep doing these large technical builds because I really enjoy them, and if you enjoy them too, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Please like the video if you're looking forward to that tutorial in the future, and until next time guys, thank you so much for watching.